Alrighty, welcome back guys to another class build in Modern Warfare, but this is going to be going over a really cool gadget that is on its own. It's already kind of broken as is, but it's going to be the recon drone. But I'm also going to be adding a payload to it, or actual explosives. So I tried this out in one of my earlier videos. I don't think I actually ended up posting it or uploading it here. And there was one thing I actually missed out on here until recently, so it's actually a really neat feature. Uh, but what it really is how to make a free kill streak. So it's really cool. You can actually run a bunch of perks on here to where you're able to roll out two of these things at once. But what it really is your free crafted version of the bomb drone that you normally would get, the same bomb drone that you would share with the UAV slot. So all you gotta do is have yourself a little recon drone. You want to fly down real low to the ground, like so, and I am running claymores. You want to jump up. You don't want to just place it straight down, they'll just hit the ground, but you want to jump up and then place it. And it takes a little bit of practice. And then you'll be able to set it up on front. So that's going to be a directional claymore, and it'll blow up on anyone in front of you. You have still over like half the time you get to fly around. It moves it around like 9 meters per second, so you're able to get around the map fairly quickly, and you just fly low and then run into someone, trigger the actual claymore, and you'll get yourself a directional explosion wherever you are. So there's actually a really cool way to counter this if you really want to. Obviously, you just shoot the drone out of the sky. It does not have a big health pool at all. It is a small machine, so it doesn't really take much of any kind of damage at all. Even a throwing knife will one-shot it. But what's really cool is even though it's broken, it'll actually just drop the claymore. Before, I actually would recommend running a proximity mine for it, but that one is a little bit different on how they all act. So obviously, running a claymore, you'd only get about like one kill for its potential, for the actual effectiveness. If they're not running bomb squad on there, you can also double up on claymores if you really want to, like jump up, place one, and place down another one. So ignore bomb squad entirely. That's really up to you. But I recommend running a different one before, and that was the proximity mine. And I did that because, again, I didn't think the claymore was actually possible. Again, you need to actually jump and take time to place it on there. So originally I thought, it just wouldn't stick on. It'll just kind of latch itself to the ground, but I was wrong. That's one thing to point out. Or you can actually go to the actual proximity mine, and this one is better when it comes to full-on coverage, when it comes to like killing a bunch of people in one area. Since, as you guys know, the proximity mine has a 360-degree range and higher explosive area, or damage range here. So you're able to place it down. You can also place two of them. You don't need to jump or anything. You just throw it, and you get to fly it around as far as you possibly want. People, you want to fly down to set, like again, just get real close to the ground to more so their level or below it, and let it activate when you get close enough to someone, and it'll just launch off and detonate the actual proximity mine. Again, if it does blow up or get destroyed, it will drop them down the mines, and they'll be perfectly okay. And that will actually just end up exploding it. You can also use a claim or the C4 as well. I don't recommend doing this though unless you have yourself a friend, or you are guaranteed that you're running into targets that are just not moving, like more so campers at this point. So because you actually have to get out of the drone and remotely detonate the C4 for that to go off. So as I'm showing here, you just want to place it down and fly way up high up in the air here. But what's really cool, it's always working out with more than one buddy as well, like if you really want to. So obviously you'd have to remotely detonate, but you can always do this with a friend too, to let them know to set off a claymore, or not set off a claymore, but set off a C4 if you really want to detonate it. And it works better for any of these explosives, because when your teammate does damage to enemies, he will not do any kind of damage to your own gadgets, and that would be the drone in this case, unless you're on hardcore and then team damage applies. But you would actually be able to set off that payload and still have enough time to come back and then reapply another payload for like another claymore or whatever, and then run it out a second time all in one drone. And that is absolutely amazing. And all around, it's really dang good. So again, you want to run resupply for this, so you're able to get explosives back every 25 seconds, alongside restock, or overclock, I mean. And what that will give you is another charge of your field upgrade, so you can have one recon drone set up a claymore or something on there and place it wherever you want to, and or place whatever payload you want on top of it, and then send it out, blow up, and you can also obviously follow it up with another charge of another recon drone, and that'll make it to where that you're able to just send out 2 of them at a time. I do also recommend running a decoy grenade alongside extra tactical. I don't have it on this perk set up here, but you run it on the extra tactical there for the decoy grenades, and you throw them out. That will just give you passive score when people run into its effective area. And you have 3 of them going out with resupply that will recharge them within 10 seconds. You can keep throwing out very, very frequently, way faster than you can with any kind of normal explosive or any other tactical equipment. For some reason, they just charge faster. It's much like the stem shots. But you can able to throw them out, and it'll just give you a bunch of score really fast, cut down those seconds on that recharge time for the recon drone. So you're able to pump them out very quickly with very fast succession. And overall, this is kind of what I wanted to set up. So I wanted to originally call it, drone unit. I did have that class set up, and you guys probably seen that in one of my custom builds. I already have one right here for one of the one-man army. You guys can go check that out if you want to, but essentially it's a new one-man army class build. So recommend checking out both of those, as well as the one I'm showing off here. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.